get to it.
Fighting or shooting or anything like that. Like, I'm not in the hood, but you know, it could happen. Listen, it could happen. I'm in Michigan, okay? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I feel like I keep coming back on the camera this exact same way. It's because I'm starting my day. Arguably, I might need another robe because, I mean, it gets washed, but it gets worn frequently. So, yeah. Also, somebody said in my comments that I need to stop wearing bonnets. And no. I'm a black woman. I have natural hair. I'm gonna wear a bonnet.
You already know. Keep it going though. Don't stop.
Especially in the morning. But anyways, it is early in the morning. That is different from the previous vlogs where I was showing you guys that I was driving midnights and that my sleeping schedule was all changed. As of today, it is slowly migrating back into regular sleeping. So right now it is 10:20 in the morning. I woke up actually really early at like 8:30. I have my breakfast here. I just have some eggs, some bacon, it's turkey bacon, and some apples, and then I have my coffee over here. I'm preparing to go on a nice best friend date. We are going to the mall. Realistically, because I need to return some things, I ordered some stuff online that I just cannot fit. I gained a little weight. That's a whole nother conversation though, but I'm also working out now, and I noticed that the older I get, I just sort of fill out in areas that I wasn't necessarily before. I bought size 4s and now I need to return those and get size 6s. Anyways, other than that, we also have a restaurant that we're going to. It's my first time going to this restaurant called Ocean Prime. I think that's what it's called, but it's like this nice seafood restaurant. And so I'm gonna get really cute, or at least attempt to get really cute. So I figured I would vlog this because I noticed I don't really record my off days. And then also, since, you know, technically I took a little bit of a break again from recording, I figured why not show some stuff that you guys haven't seen. And just to be honest, when it comes to taking breaks off like YouTube, off posting and things like that, it's not nothing crazy except for the fact that I don't like to keep recording the same things over and over and over again. I noticed that I didn't really have much to record that would be different from the last like 2 to 3 vlogs, so I just chilled out. And that's really it. I hope you guys understand by now that the season that I'm in is different than the previous seasons when I was over the road, because being local, some things get even more repetitive than what it was before. I'm doing more at home. I have to uphold a level of privacy that I didn't have to uphold when I was over the road. And then on the other end, sort of trying to stay on the line of being authentic while still not telling all my business, you know? So I guess it all coincides, but yeah, the season I'm in is sort of weird, so I just haven't been vlogging as much. It's not that I'm not feeling YouTube anymore or anything like that. I wanted to say that so that anybody who was like wondering why the videos aren't coming week after week after week like it was prior to this season is really just because I'm at that weird point where it's like, do we pivot? Do we start talking about other things? Do we start recording other things? Because ultimately, if I feel like I'm not helping, then what's the point of recording? I just got out the shower. I did pretty much all my cleansing for my face in the shower. I don't really use much but the Dove soap that I use on my body, which is just like a beauty bar. So I'm using this micellar water by Garnier. It's not my preferred way to tone my face. I don't even think this is supposed to tone my face. I normally would use Dickinson's, I think it's called Dickinson's, one of those, to tone my face instead, which is like a witch hazel. But I like to do this because I like to see that I have a clean face, and it's easier to see when you wipe your face with a white cotton pad. and especially near my hairline, because I noticed that the oil from my hair drips down onto my face, and it means that I can sometimes have a lot more texture up there just based off my pores being clogged. But I've been doing this forever, like since college, and I like to see that the dirt comes off onto the cotton pad. And I also use it to just get the crooks, the nooks and crannies out of my ears too, and behind my ears. And sometimes I'll even go as far as to get like the back of my hairline, like where my kitchen is, just because I like to, you know. So that's that. It does get pretty clean. It's a little dirty. That's nasty. Okay, that gives me the confidence that my face is clean. And then after that, I just use, I use all types of stuff because I happen to not have acne prone skin, but I do have.
Yo, this is the first time watching a female apply a beauty technique. I see them come across every time, or if I'm watching it, I'll just skip it, but we're gonna watch this.
Drier skin, so I try to use either thicker creams or just something that does the job ultimately. I don't have to worry too much. I just try not to put different products on different products. So I use this Pond's dry skin cream. One thing I realized is that I can't just simply use this forever, because eventually my skin gets used to it and then it's not as performative as it was in the beginning. So I use it every now and then, and once this is done, I might not even get to the bottom before I switch to something else cream related. This is my makeup bag. I've been using this since I went to Bali, and it has all of my makeup in it. Well, no, not all of it. I have a whole bunch of makeup in my closet, but honestly, I'm not gonna go into it and grab all of it because it's excessive, and it's even from college. Some of it might be expired. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should take my hair down because it's getting to that time where I need a retwist, but I'm gonna hold out for a few more weeks, because when you retwist too often, you can experience some breakage. And my hair's a little bit dry too, so I might just spray it down with a little bit of water. But this is why I'm a locks girl, because this is low maintenance enough for me. Where I'm at right now and where I have been for the past 3 to 4 years, I just am not at a place where I can take time away from my daily schedule to do my hair for any time more frequent than like every other month. And so I don't retwist my hair for like a month and a half, 2 months. And then when I do it, I'll set an entire day aside. It'll take me roughly 6 to 8 hours. And then I'll be good for another month and a half. If I need to wait a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, even after that month and a half, 2 month period, I can do that. Like, it's not gonna look ridiculous because locks are effortless. And that's who I am. I am an effortless person. That's just who I've always been. I don't like doing too much, or at least like when it comes to what I look like. I can't do it. Not normally, not as a daily thing. I've never been that girl. So one of the things I've been doing lately for my edges is I typically don't do my edges as frequent as I used to, and even then that wasn't frequent. But right now I'm at this place where I really like the natural look, and so my edges, they are fine just the way they are. So it's not about needing to do this in order to look put together. But what I've liked to do lately is lay them down in a very natural way. And so beforehand, I was using edge control, but it's so thick and it makes my edges so slick that it's a drastic difference in hair texture, because my edges will be straight and then my leave out will be like thick and curly and kinky. So that just doesn't look right to me. And then I went from that to gel. It created a more effortless look, except if I put too much or just kept using it day after day, it would create buildup in my first layer of locks, my first row. So from there on, I started using mousse. And so I use my argan oil mousse. I got this from the beauty supply store, and it's been working really well so far. It doesn't give me a slick edge look like how edge control does, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a very natural, slick down, something that looks like I woke up like that, like not like I literally took the time to carve out my edges and do something crazy. So I notice, and it's not even to say I don't like the baby hairs look, it's just when I have natural hair, it's a little jarring. And then also, I got a smaller forehead. I actually don't have that large of a forehead, so when I do the more dramatic baby hairs, it sometimes takes away my forehead. And I don't have that much to give. So I just so happen to be one of the girls that would prefer to just slick my hair back a little bit, give myself
She got a two head.
a little swoop, especially since my hairline is a little bit like not abnormal, but not, I don't have a common hairline. I have these little horns that come out. That sounds real like satanic, but what I mean is my hairline, I don't know what it is, but I have horns that just, like some people have the widow's peak, I have horns on the side, so I just naturally just swoop them because I don't know what else to do with it. Like, where did that come from? I don't see it on my dad, maybe because he's bald, but like even before, I don't recall him having horns. So I don't know. I just use a little bit. I never go in twice, but I sort of let it dry down before I wrapped it on accident. So let me just finish this real fast. And then yeah, honestly, once I wrap it, I just let it dry. It dries really quick, so it's not like I need it to be wrapped for like 20 minutes. I can wrap it for like 3 and then it'll be fine. I got this little wrap thing from the beauty supply store too. But anyways, so I figured I'd do some version of a life update. I did sort of want to just talk about life right now because I feel like I'm in a season that I've never really been in before. And I don't know, I'm sort of at that place where it's like I'm finally coming to a place of accepting where I am. I noticed that there's so much growth in this season that, I mean, I've never ever grown this fast or
This, whatever we finna listen to, is really exciting to this girl because she can't wait to get it out. She can't stop smiling.
or learned so much about who I am in this short amount of time. And I think a lot of that is because I am now living in my own place. You guys know, I mean, because I've pretty much documented since my first ever job with trucking that I didn't get my first place until I was 25, which was last year. So I'm 26 now. And by the grace of God, this is a place that I like because I've heard horror stories about how you can end up in a trashy apartment, things like that. This apartment is not like luxury or anything like that, but I wasn't looking for luxury. I was looking for something that had what I was looking for, which was, a quieter floor, no like pesky animals or rodents or anything like that, no bugs, no issues with that. And when it's not luxury, sometimes you might end up with those types of issues, especially when I was looking on like apartment websites, and I noticed that every single apartment I was looking at had some version of a complaint about like a bug problem, whether it be like flies or something like bed bugs, and y'all already know, like, I'm not here for that. So I was looking for something where I just felt like I didn't have to worry, no outrageous incidents that took place, like, fighting or shooting or anything like that. Like, I'm not in the hood, but it could it could happen. I'm in Michigan, okay? So, and then I also wanted to be really close to my family. That was a big thing. And my mom and my father, they both live about an hour away. So I happened to be about 25 minutes from each of them, which was perfect. And then also I just wanted to not feel like I was settling for something that I didn't really want to be in. So in other words, I didn't want a cramped up apartment where I didn't have much space, but hey, it's an apartment, so at least I got my first place. No, I still wanted to be able to have enough space. I didn't need 2 bedrooms, but I did want, you know, to have space for, say, if I wanted to create an office, I could use the dining room, which I technically did, even though I still need an office chair. And then I still wanted like a balcony, which I have, just in case I wanted to go out there if it was like, you know, a day where I wanted to sit outside. Haven't necessarily done that yet. Don't think I ever will, but I do like how big the patio window is, or just the door, because that's, you know, a nice way to bring in some sunlight. And then just, you know, like I don't need a lot because it's just me, it's just my dog, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't participating in lifestyle creep, because it's so easy to say, okay, I'm making this amount of money, so I should be able to spend this amount of money and be able to afford it. It's not about being able to afford it for me. It's about, is it wise enough to spend this amount of money for something that I technically don't need? And a lot of times the answer is no when it comes to like more luxury apartments. Not to say that I can't go that route in the future, but like I'd rather not. I would rather just try my best. It's not to say I'm perfect with finances as it stands right now. It's more to say that I try my best not to make irrational or unwise decisions, because my faith is in God, but I want to be in alignment with him, right? So I know that wisdom is the way to be in alignment. I pray and I make sure that I'm not biting off more than I can chew. My goal is to never have to move back in with my parents, okay? And I'm at that age where like I don't have no kids. I better make sure I'm on it, you know? And so like my finances are so important for me to keep track of. And so in that case, I try my best to stay below my means. Also, one other thing is, I don't know if I've ever even said it on YouTube or not. I can't remember. I might have. This probably isn't news, but I never feel comfortable depending on YouTube as a means to support my day-to-day life, you know, like the finances and things like that. Because for one, I don't want to depend on YouTube for income, so that I don't feel pressured to post content simply to make a buck, you know, because I need it, in other words, because I think that's unhealthy. And when I know how my channel started, I know that God allowed for me this platform and pretty much led me to start this platform. I don't want to abuse it by taking the finances and then saying, you know, because I'm attaining these types of finances or obtaining these types of finances, that I can just go and splurge and buy this and buy that and things like that, because it feels like I'm not stewarding over what God has blessed me with, right? Not to mention, if I'm being honest, like I'm realizing I'm starting to get into the conversation of finances. I didn't know I would do that, but I guess, you know, I guess that's what we're talking about. When it comes to YouTube, I think there's this idea that once you hit a certain mark on your YouTube channel or whatever, you're now making, I don't know, a nice amount of money or a large amount of money. And that's not true. Obviously, there are some cases, but YouTube isn't consistent. And so to depend on YouTube would be to depend on something that can fluctuate very drastically depending on the season or just the algorithm, and it doesn't have all the time a lot to do with you. And so when you consider that, I don't spend my YouTube money. I don't. And YouTube money isn't a lot. As it stands, I still make more money with trucking than I do with YouTube. And it's been like 3 years of me being on YouTube. Granted, most YouTubers will open up and say that they make more money off sponsorships than they do off AdSense, which is what you get paid despite not having a sponsorship, just by posting and having ads on your channel. As it stands, that does not equate to my trucking amount. And even if it became more than how much I make on trucking, I don't feel comfortable letting go of my job in order to I don't feel comfortable letting go of my job and then depending on YouTube, because God may call me out of this season. God may call me out of off of YouTube. You know, you never really know. And so I don't want to be dependent on YouTube. So I don't feel like I'm that person that's gonna let go of a job, because I do like security. I do like feeling like I can either let go of one thing and still be okay, or the other thing. And I want to maintain a healthy mindset. And I don't know that depending on social media to make money is the wisest way to maintain a healthy mindset. Because you start feeling pressured to speak on things that you may not even want to speak on, or may be unwise to speak about, you know, letting too many things fly out your mouth about your life, that, you know, now people have too much information about you. And that I was taught at a young age, you need to not be so open about things to strangers. And I say strangers only because as much as I understand that this is a community, there is this weird thing where you guys know more about me than I know about you all. You know, you can put a name to a face. I can't, because unless I met you in person, that's not really possible. I only know like your handle, things like that. So that's the unfortunate thing about YouTube, is that as much as I want to be open and honest and transparent, I also know I can't say everything, because, you know, that means my safety is compromised and just all those things. Anyways, as you can tell, I don't do a lot for my face when it comes to makeup. I just put a little bit of this Fenty matchstick underneath my eyes. I don't even think is it concealer? It probably is, I don't know. But I like it because it's pretty much my skin tone. I'm sweating in here. Jeez, it's hot. It's most likely hot because I have the heat on 80, but I'll be all right because I like the heat on 80, okay? I know somebody was like, why do you have your heat on 80? And I can honestly say it's just because it's a trauma response, okay? I grew up in a household, and I know a lot of people can relate, where, you know, my daddy, he'd be like, you know, if you cold, wear you some clothes. And it'd be like 65, and he'll keep the heat on 65. And so I'm at this place in my life where I can afford to keep my heat on 80. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Even when I start sweating, I just think about the times where I was shivering in the house, and I'm like, it'll do. I'd rather be hot than be cold any time of the year. I don't care, and I do not care. So it's a trauma response. That's really what it is. What else? I'm trying to make sure. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of blush on my eyes after I put a little bit of this contour on it, because I don't do eyes that much, just because when I do my eyeshadow, I feel like I need to then put on mascara or lashes, because when you start throwing on like concealer and stuff on your eyelids, it starts to look weird if you don't throw on lashes to balance it out. You start looking a little clownish. I don't want to look clownish today. So, oh. Okay. And I also don't like mascara, especially right now. Mascara is not my friend right now. Oh, what else? I feel like I'm missing stuff. Oh yeah, highlighter. In me growing in this season and learning more about myself, I realized that I wouldn't have ever gotten to this point had I not had my own place. And I think it's so important to have your own place especially before you partner with someone else in the future, so that you can, you know, figure out who are you. When the only thing you know about yourself, or the only version of yourself you know, is the person living in a house with someone else's authority, you don't really know yourself. And I heard that before, but it took for me to be in my own place to realize, like, oh, okay, I am more effortless. I thought that I was being effortless because I was over the road. And when I say effortless, I mean like barely putting in effort to get dressed or, you know, do makeup, stuff like that. But now I'm in my own place. I have my own makeup, and I'm, you know, able to put outfits together and things like that. And I realize I am more effortless. So like even with my nails right now, I just have a regular old manicure. I don't have any tips or any acrylic. It's just shellac. And I actually really like that. And it took me to be home to realize that. Now, granted, it's not to say I'll never go and get my my nails done again professionally, but like right now I'm really chilling and I like how natural it looks. But I wouldn't have known that had I stayed on the road, because I thought it was a necessity, or that I was sacrificing to be on the road. And I was, but like not in the ways that I thought. I thought once I got back home that I was going to be a glam girl, and that's just not true. Hold on, let me go put on some clothes. Okay, I'm back. I'm about to go ahead and do my hair. And as you can see, it's like laid down, but it's not like perfect. It still has the texture and all of that. And now I'm gonna just spray my hair a little bit with some water, put some earrings on and other jewelry. I don't do my forehead. Maybe I could put a little bit of just bronzer on my forehead just to make it match a little bit. But I don't really do my forehead, because then it really looks like you're wearing makeup. And I mean, I know I look like I'm wearing makeup, but I don't want it to. I think when I put makeup on my forehead, it looks like a mask to me. I don't like that. I never liked that part. Oh. And I probably need to get a better setting spray, because that's a NYX setting spray, and it was just a cheap one that I saw at the time. I didn't do my lips yet. I actually don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, what color? Am I gonna go more brown, more nude, or pink? I don't know. Anyways.
Usually we would be bending the block in a semi truck or some tractor trailer. But this is interesting though. I never watched a female prep for I don't know, a day out.
I only put mousse in my hair when I'm styling it, and I normally just let it be when I'm working, so this isn't normal. I say that because mousse isn't the most hydrating, and that's my issue with my hair. Sometimes it be dry. So I don't do this all the time, but it helps with the frizziness when I am ready to do my hair and actually be a little presentable. And one other thing I like to do is run my hand down my hair like this, just to help the individual locks to find their spot, so that it can look a little more flat. I see it's a little crinkly right here. That's okay. It's all right. Cause
This girl just showed us some black girl magic. It's something like, what? You didn't look like that a minute ago.
I think right now I'm going for a more sleek look. I'm gonna do an outfit check in a minute, but first I'm gonna find out what perfume I want to wear. Okay, I found my perfume. I sort of need more perfume. I'm gonna wear this Victor and Ralph Midnight Flower Bomb. It'll just do. I'm not feeling florally right now, but I think I need more perfume, which says a lot because I have like a lot of them. I just don't, I don't know. I haven't been feeling them lately. So, like, I guess I'm gonna wear that today. I mean, I have no choice now, but I don't know. I think I need to expand on some fruity perfume. Because the thing is I'm weary of fruity perfumes because I don't necessarily want to smell like Bath and Body Works. And that's what fruity perfumes remind me of. But if I could just find a nice mature smelling fruity perfume, I think I should be good. So that's my only thing is can't find a perfume that smells exactly how I want it to smell. I'm not in my nose. I'm just like scratching the corner. And I'm gonna just put these earrings in. I got these from Amazon a couple years ago. What are you doing, Pepper? But yeah, one thing I realized about getting my own place too is that I am behind with the girly things. And I say that because, I mean, I was raised in my dad's house. So, I mean, I wasn't around like feminine energy 100% of the time. And so a lot of times I just was like, I was doing some things and then not falling.
You wasn't around it, but it found you.
Short in some areas as far as like, you know, finding jewelry and, you know, like having a sense of style and things like that. So getting into my own place, I've been working towards building a capsule wardrobe as a means to save money ultimately, because I realize every single season I go and buy stuff in order to accommodate that season, but it's always like a massive haul. And it's only so that I can, you know, wear it for the rest of the season. But like even still, I notice I buy it a lot. I buy a lot from the cheaper brands so that I can get majority of the things that I think I need. But now I'm at that place where it's like, I don't want to keep buying the same type of stuff every single year and then not being able to wear it the next year because the product or the clothing is so cheap and, you know, it gets dingy quick or it gets holes or spots really easy and just stuff like that. So lately I've been trying to purchase more quality pieces, but I've been getting a lot of basics and things like that in order to have basics for year after year. And then just replace them once they finally start looking a little old and, you know, I could do that instead of buying basics from like Shein and then 6 months go by and I don't feel comfortable wearing it anymore. I mean, I have so many basics from Shein that are like, they got oil stains on them, not because I'm careless, but because they're so thin that if I put them on and I have oil on my skin, it just immediately stains the clothing. And it doesn't normally do that with other clothing that is of quality in my wardrobe. So I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm not purchasing from Shein for basics anymore. Now, if I want a statement piece, fine, you know. This is my outfit. Don't get me wrong. If I'm being honest, first of all, that's Pepper's toys everywhere, so don't worry. But if I'm being honest, this isn't necessarily how I would style these pieces, but I'm still trying to create my wardrobe, and so I have some things that are missing. I currently have some white gym shoes, but they're too small, so I had to wear these black ones. And then I probably wear a lighter colored jean, but I'm currently looking for some that I like. So I'm just wearing these instead. And then I got this shirt from Zara. I'll link it down below, but I really like this color on my skin tone. Got these jeans from Abercrombie. These are some Vans. And so yeah, I'm just gonna wear this with my Coach purse. Nothing matches, but I'm gonna be wearing a jacket, so I'm fine. I could also wear my white belt, but I think that's just, I have a short torso, so sometimes wearing a belt just makes my torso look even shorter because I'm like creating a line of demarcation. I would rather not right now. So yeah, I have to get these pants a little tailored though because I have a little gap in the back. But outside of that, yeah, I'm pretty much about to get ready to go. Okay, I lied. I actually changed my outfit. I just put this oversized poplin shirt on top of these black leggings, same shoes. As you can see, I spent the entire time trying to figure out what pants to wear over top that bodysuit, but it just did not look right. I didn't like it, and I was about to walk out the door. I had my coat on and everything and was just like, no, I can't do it. So I don't care if this shirt is wrinkly because quite honestly, it took me like 20 minutes just to put this together, and I have to go like 100% now, and it didn't look right with my hair down, so I put it in this bun, and we just gonna go like that. Like I'm normally not that girl, but it definitely took longer than I expected just to put this outfit on. And honestly, I'm still not here for the outfit like 100%, but we just gonna do with it. I think it's cute though. I think just the poplin shirt over top the leggings is cute. The shoes are a little clownish because they're size 8s. I'm a size 8, but I mean they're Vans. So, but I don't care. I gotta go. Okay, I am officially in the car. Oh my gosh, what is going on over here? I made it in the car. I'm not about to literally tear apart myself on camera because I can understand the people viewing might have a different perspective. But all I'm gonna say is I am not.
She said lies. I guess we about to listen to a tear down. But look how short, and how are you pushing tractor trailers? You like 4 foot tall?
Not 100% happy with the look that I spent over an hour achieving today, because I had one mission, I had one goal, one assignment, and that was get cute. Did I accomplish that? Was that achieved today?
Yeah. Yo, boy.
I'd say I barely passed, only because this wasn't the vibe I was going for, and it's bothering me. Oh man, I don't know what happened. Is this a school bus? Jeez, what happened? I won't record it, but it looks like a whole, I don't know what's happening. It looks like a school bus and two vehicles, but nothing looks smashed, so I don't understand. I don't know what happened. Anyways, my outfit is not 100% what I wanted it to be, and that's fine. I think also my makeup isn't 100% what I wanted it to be, but that's fine too. So yeah, other than that, I was about to go and get my car cleaned, but because I spent an extra 20 minutes trying to figure out an outfit, I ended up running out of time, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just go straight there. I also need to go get gas, but I think I can make it before needing to desperately get gas. But I am gonna need to get it on my way back. Okay, I'm not gonna go too in depth. I know I just said that. But the main issue that I have with my outfit right now is that I have on athletic leggings, I have on this poplin shirt, and then I have on these large Vans. The Vans is doable when I have like boot cut or straight cut jeans because it doesn't look as large. But when you have like a pant or legging that is contoured to your ankle, it really shows the length of them shoes.
It seemed totally opposite of Me, cause I bust a Raiders hat, t-shirt, and khakis type of dude. Not so much a Raiders hat, t-shirt, and khakis, but you know what I mean. That simple.
And so I feel a little bit clownish. I mean, when you consider I'm wearing stripes up here, my blush is a little pigmented, and then you got these long bands. I don't know. I don't know if I met the assignment. And yeah, so that's really all it is. I feel like I did just pick apart my outfit, but it's fine. Like, sometimes it's hit or miss. At the end of the day, I'm really just going to this restaurant, but I do know my best friend did get cute, so I'm about to be standing next to her, and it's just about to be an experience. It is what it is. But other than that, I think my biggest issue is I'm still trying to coordinate my wardrobe. I have things that are missing. So the shoes that I'm taking back are these white Vans that I ordered, and they're a size 7, but I need a size 8. They're a little too small for my feet. It's weird though, because I do have another pair of Vans that I wore all the time that were a size 7. And so I thought that I just wore a size 7 in Vans. And there was a time where the shoes that I'm wearing currently were a little bit too big for my feet, but now they fit perfectly. They just look big. So I don't know what's going on. I honestly feel like maybe my feet grew a little bit lengthwise. That's surprising. But with that, I definitely need some white shoes that are not chunky boots. I mean, not chunky boots, chunky gym shoes. Because chunky gym shoes are more athletic, more sporty. They do go with other things, but it wouldn't have went with what I'm wearing right now, in my opinion. And also, I wouldn't normally wear athletic leggings with a poplin shirt. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily, but I would prefer a more cotton, more casual legging with my poplin shirt. So, you know, the texture in itself, it doesn't match. And just the theme of the leggings don't match the shirt. So, you know, that's another thing that's missing. All my leggings are athletic, so it wouldn't typically go. Then I do have other jeans, but they're skinny jeans. And so I'm not really feeling skinny jeans right now, because I would normally wear skinny jeans with boots, but I feel like I think we're almost past that point with boots. The only time I feel comfortable wearing boots is if they're booties, but even still, like, I'm about to go into this mall, so I'm like, I don't want to wear booties because all my booties have heels, and that means I'm about to be walking with heels the entire time I'm in this mall. That was my main deterrent. But other than that, I'm not going to wear, like, my Uggs because I feel like it's getting a little too warm for that. It's springtime now. And so, I don't know. I do notice that some people, they opt in for the short Uggs, like the mini ankle cut Uggs, but I don't know if I'm feeling those 100%. I see that those would be a nice addition for springtime, but like, I don't know. Maybe next year. So, because I'm missing vital things in my wardrobe, I couldn't really achieve the outfit I was trying to go for. And the outfit I originally wanted was that bodysuit. But the thing with the bodysuit is it's a particular gray that has a blue undertone that it sort of clashes with other blues. So my blue jeans, it matched too much with that shirt. So it just looked odd to me. And then that pair of jeans, in my opinion, goes better with like a t-shirt or a different cut bodysuit. That bodysuit to me goes with like shorts or like a linen pant, not those thick jeans. So I don't know. I'm missing things. So also I'm missing jewelry because I sort of want some bracelets, which is another reason why I'm not caring for this outfit. So like there's things. And I'm missing bags because I technically wouldn't have even worn the bag that I have next to me because it's brown and I got the black and the blue and then the black shoes. almost giving tacky. It sort of is giving tacky, but I'm gonna let it slide because I'm not trying to impress nobody. At least in my mind, I know what I'm missing in my wardrobe, and therefore I'm gonna try to, in time, you know, build it up according to what I'm missing. So I'm missing some more shoes that are more like tennis wear, not so much sporty or chunky. I'm missing some jewelry. I'm missing a couple more bags. I'm missing the right type of pants. I honestly just think that bodysuit is a little too summery for right now anyway. I could have pulled it off with like a blazer, but I don't like blazers. I'm not a blazer girl. I don't know what I was talking about in that bathroom. So I don't even know where I left off at to continue on in the conversation. But ultimately, where I was really getting at is
life.
I just feel like I'm growing into my womanhood now that I'm at home. I know I said that in another vlog at some point, but I'm just here to clarify that since then, it feels like I've grown even more. And my biggest growth spurt has been since having my own place, because I noticed that I'm learning who I am without the umbrella of being in someone else's house within their authority. And I think that obviously when I was over the road, I still was in my own space, but I had to sacrifice a lot because I didn't get to have my own bathroom. I didn't get to experience a different type of wardrobe that wasn't tied to my work. So right now, what I'm wearing would be a tad bit inappropriate for, you know, trucking, not because there's a certain type of outfit that you need to wear in trucking, but that, you know, I get it dirty. And so what would be the point of putting on these cute clothes? So I didn't realize how much I was sacrificing till I got home. And now another thing is my faith. My faith has grown substantially because I think really honestly since being able to have free time outside of driving, because when I was over the road, I spent majority of my time driving. Now that I'm at home, even though I work full time, I'm still able to come home and pull out my Bible. And you guys know I was doing my Bible scrapbooking for a while. I'm still doing my Bible journaling, but I've sort of migrated from doing the more crafty, you know, drawing and doing the tip-ins in the Bible. I've gone from that to just strictly studying the Bible and writing down notes in my journaling Bible. And I can tell that's because my shift has gone from really enjoying the crafty aspect of it to truly just enjoying the authentic study. And I didn't know that would take place. I thought I needed the scrapbooking to be able to enjoy Bible scrapbooking or just the studying altogether. So that goes to show that God really used that as an open door to get me more comfortable with studying the Bible. Because if I'm honest, I didn't grow up in a Bible, you know, a Bible studying household. We barely ever went to church, and so I didn't have a lot of knowledge on, you know, verses and books within the Bible. So now on my own, I do have that time, and I also have the added desire to get into it. And so that's actually really exciting for me, because I can tell now more than ever that the Holy Spirit is really leading me into a different mode. Because I mean, my desires have shifted so much in the past year. I just remember, and it's also really cool because I can see the shift even more because I've been documenting my life. Not that I've been like in depth in my life documenting it, but I can see that my desires have changed. Because there was a point in time where I would say I never wanted to drive local. I never wanted to not drive state to state. And now where I'm at is I do enjoy driving state to state. And sometimes I think about being over the road and I'm like reminiscent. But where I am right now, I'm not willing to sacrifice being in my own household or having the time at home, you know, and being able to, you know, accessorize and be a little more girly and all of that stuff, and having my own shower and not having to squat over a toilet or like, you know, all these things that you have to do when you're not in your own domain. sacrifice those things anymore. It would take a lot for me to do that again. Just because I'm not even gonna say matured, because I don't think it's immature to want those things. I'm just saying I did grow in a different direction, and that's surprising to me. That's surprising. I didn't think that would happen, and it's only been like a year and a half, 2 years. So in that, I started going to church, and I feel like I said this already, but I'm going to this new church, and I really like it. And I started going to one of their small groups. I'm still figuring out which small group I want to attend, but because my work schedule has changed as well, where I'm not doing overnight again, you know, because I was doing day shift and morning shift prior to, but now I'm back at it. Ever since then, now I'm able to attend the young adults group on Sundays as well. So I'm gonna officially attend that this upcoming Sunday. I've never done it. I've never been a part of their specific young adults group, so I'm sort of interested to see what that's gonna be like. And yeah, you know what, if I'm honest, I don't know if this applies to everybody in my generation. I don't know if certain things just kept me from feeling like an adult, but for the first time in my life, I feel like an adult. I don't know if it's the bills. I don't know if it's the bills. I don't know if it's just that I can see more about myself. I thought that it wasn't so much the circumstances that I was in, but that I wasn't like a mom, or that I wasn't married. And in my mind, until you're doing those things, then you're not really experiencing adulthood. So I guess that was my perspective before, that
Those two things you said, you should take your time. Go slow.
that was why I didn't feel like an adult. But I think it was just because I was closer to 20 than I was to 30. Now I'm 26. I'm in, you know, my own place.
Okay, 26. Yeah, you there?
Faith is growing. I don't find things funny that I used to find funny. Like, I think I just matured a little bit, and I can sense that. And I didn't know I was immature in some areas before, but now I can look back and be like, that was a little immature. And it's also cool because I can see it on my earlier videos of like, you know, obviously I'm a child at heart, as in to say that, like, I don't know, I exude a more youthful persona, because I'm just that. My mom is that way, my grandmother was that way, my dad is that way in some ways. We're just youthful type people. So it's not to say like I'm different in my personality per se. I think it's more of like a mindset, maturity, you know, like I feel like I'm just coming into my own, unlike ever before. I think I've been yearning for this type of development, and I didn't know how to articulate it. And I think majority of it was because I didn't know if this development would come in the way that it did. Like, in other words, when you hit 21, you think that you'd feel different, but I still felt like a teenager, you know? 23 happened, and I'm like, I'm not 18, you know? Like, obviously I knew to be more mature, but, you know, at some point I wondered when I would feel like I'm a woman, you know? And I can officially say I feel like a woman now. I feel like a grown woman. I haven't experienced all the things that a 40-year-old woman would experience. Shoot, I haven't experienced all the things a 30-year-old woman would experience. But I'm a grown woman. I feel grown. Like, that's crazy. I don't know what took place besides getting my own place for me to feel that way. But I feel freaking grown. And I don't feel goofy to say that now. Like, that's wild. I think that's another reason why I've been trying to develop my wardrobe, because I look at my older clothes and I'm like, man, this is some childish stuff. Like, I don't feel like this person anymore. I don't feel like crop tops for real. I don't really feel like, you know, ditzy t-shirts and bucket shorts, and, you know, I don't feel like these anymore. I feel like straight leg jeans, body suits, and button-ups. That's what I feel like now. And it's just like, dang, I grew up real quick. Like, that's just crazy. I can't wait to see how I feel in my 30s as opposed to how I feel now, because the way I feel now is like, if you met me when I was 23 and then you ran into me today, your perspective would be drastically off. My core values are the same, but that maturity kicked in hard, where I just don't see things the same way. And I'm so grateful for that. God definitely played a huge role in that. He put me through certain circumstances that I would have never put myself through, that I would have never agreed to. Like, going out the country for 3 months on my own showed me that I am responsible enough to handle that type of drastic change and come back and be in my own apartment without any type of, like, struggle for real. You know, I make better decisions than I did when I was 22, 23. I speak differently. I have different things on my mind. I'm not so bashful with certain things. I'm also more soft-spoken in certain ways. I value different things now. Certain things don't bother me so much anymore. Certain things break my heart that didn't used to break my heart. That in itself I attribute to God, because I have gotten softer in certain areas where I didn't have empathy before, you know, about certain things. I can see that my heart has grown soft about certain things. I guess the past few months I've been reflecting and I've noticed the growth, and so that's why I'm just so shocked, because it's like, dang, that's crazy. And so yeah, that's all. It's actually not that expensive for the sushi.
How are we today?
Or anything. Hi.
Welcome, my name is Matt. I'll be your server this evening. Just two of us, right?
Yes. I'll take water for now.
Water?
With lemon on the side.
What's that?
Lemon on the side.
You got it.
Oh yeah, they do have the lobster mat.
Oh, it's cheaper here than it was online. It was 50. It's 51 actually. Yes,
For a
it's cheaper.
side though.
Is it a, oh, but that's, yeah. But no, it has the same whole main lobster. It might still be a side, but it's half. Right.
You said what? Girl, just pull it. I thought you said no nipple.
Oh my God, dog. This is so much different than... It's lit though, to be honest. Alright, man, so that was Niesha K, man. That was way different than any of the other videos that we watched, that I watched. The mind is always intact and on point and pretty much sharp in instructions and whatever, but the only thing I noticed was the becoming a woman, becoming a grown woman over the years. That's the only difference that I noticed. She always been on point. That was Niesha K, man.